This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on assembly elections in Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura. The participants are Deepal Diwan, political analyst, and Arjun J. Chaudhary, AIR correspondent.
I'm joined by Shri Deepak Diwan, political analyst, on our program to discuss about the assembly elections in the three northeastern states of Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura, where 60 seats each is being contested from the three northeastern states. The vote will take place on the February the 16th for the state of Tripura, and the vote will take place in Nagaland, Meghalaya on February the 27th. The counting of votes will take place on the 2nd of March. So a lot is at stake. Let's try and understand how the assembly elections will swing in the northeastern states. Mr. Diwan, a warm welcome to you on the program.
Thank you.
Mr. Diwan, let's begin with the state of Tripura, where the votes are in a single phase are being held on 16th February. What have been the contesting issues and the parties who are looking to get the subscription of votes in that state?
Well, if you look at Tripura, and I must tell you, the last election, 2018, it is the BJP, which was not in the picture before, came into full majority and now is the ruling in the state. So the BJP had done remarkable job of ousting the ruling left in Tripura. And it was amazing performance, like from 0 seat to full majority in the state and forming the government. Well, I think that for BJP, the election promise is going to be their work, what they have achieved. I remember 2018, I had traveled to Tripura, and that time the BJP had made a big promise to the state electorate that they would implement 8th pay commission. Tripura had in the past not even implemented 4th pay commission. They were still being given 3rd pay commission by the left government. Now imagine, that time I remember the figure of the government employees was almost 150,000 and more than 50,000 pensioners. So that was a major support they got from the government employees and the pensioners, and they saw those who saw a new hope in BJP, and that's how the BJP got elected. That was the main plank of BJP that time, which they fulfilled within a month forming the government. So I'm sure the BJP is going to put forward the achievements it has done in the last 5 years. And another thing is, there's a new party in Tripura now, which is known as Tripura Motha. This is founded by somebody from the royal family of Tripura, Pradyut Manikya, and who was earlier with the Congress. He left Congress and joined this regional party, and this party has influence in at least 20 state tribal assemblies in Tripura. And so far they have not any indication of any kind of alliance with regional party or national party. So far they have not indicated, but they are in dialogue with the another Indigenous People Front Party, which is also a tribal-based party of Tripura. Tribals of Tripura have tremendous faith in the royal family. So this party, Pradyut Manikya, who is from the royal family, is a great hope for the tribals in the state. But at the same time, Manik also has been asking for a separate tribal state in Tripura. So is the Indigenous People's Front, which is the ally of the outgoing government in Tripura, part of alliance with BJP. So let's see what happens with this, whether they can really challenge the BJP or not. That only time will tell.
So the electorate consists of an X number of voters. You have so far mentioned about how the government employees, as a vote base, satisfied with the implementation of the pay commission.
Yes.
In terms of a hike in their salary and benefits. You have pensioners as well who have benefited from this financial benefit that the government has extended. But what about the average person, the citizen who lives and resides and does business in Tripura? How have their aspirations been fulfilled? And do you see an anti-incumbency factor, or do you see the BJP actually do something about that as well?
Well, I don't see much of incumbency factor. It is the development card which BJP is going to play in the state, and I think people by and large are very happy with that. And another party which is again trying to make a dent is TMC, Mamata Banerjee's. The Sushmita Dev Burman, who is the daughter of former minister of Congress, she left Congress and joined TMC, and now she is also trying to make some dent there, which I don't think there's much scope for TMC in Tripura, because people are not really fond of TMC anymore. other alliances, Congress and CPM. This is the old alliance which Congress and CPM, they tried in West Bengal, if you remember, in 2016, but failed to make any dent. So they would meet the same fate in Tripura, I believe so.
So the numbers actually speak in favor of the ruling BJP party in Tripura. Having said that, what's your take on Tripura when it comes to the Union of India? How do you see the people of Tripura identifying themselves with the rest of the country?
Well, we have Union Minister from Tripura at the center. The visit of Prime Minister. So Mr. Modi is the only Prime Minister who has visited Northeast more than 50 times as a Prime Minister. So all this speaks of centers caring for the each and every northeastern states, including Tripura.
What about education and employment in the state of Tripura?
Yeah, it has improved tremendously, and it is being work is being done on Tripura. You know, the digital connectivity, the advantage Tripura today has is in the absence of the trilateral highway, which was to go through from Nagaland, Manipur. It is not open so far because of the happenings in Myanmar. Now, we have two openings from Tripura to right up to Chittagong Fort via Bangladesh. We have developed railway line which is going to be commissioned soon, so the work is done, completed. It got delayed because of the COVID. We will be having railway line from Agartala to Kolkata via Bangladesh. So the work on that line is on, and soon that will be connected. Then bus service has started, and you see Bangladesh High Commission branch consulate has an office in Agartala also. So there's a all-round development taking place.
So briefly, what is going to be the seat count for the BJP for this assembly election? It's just an opinion at this stage because the counting of votes will take place on the 2nd of March.
Well, I think, if you look at any other state, the ruling party always has a plus point. Here, they have plus and plus because, the work they have done, that will be counted.
Okay, let's have a look at the other northeastern states of Nagaland and Meghalaya. Let's look at Nagaland to start with. Again, 60 seats at stake in Nagaland. The votes will take place on the 27th of February, and like the state of Tripura, the counting of votes is on March the 2nd for all three states. What is at stake in Nagaland, which is the incumbent party in power, and how do you see the opposition or the incumbent actually ensure that they fulfill the aspirations of the people?
First of all, I must tell you, Nagaland is the only state where the entire ruling party is there. There's no opposition party in the state. Although they had earlier won NPF 26 seats, the regional party, then NDPP again regional party 18 seats, BJP had got 12 seats, NPP had got 2 seats, then JDU had got 1 and 1 independent. But the government was formed with the support of BJP with NDPP and JDU and NPP and others joining. Some of the NPF also broke away to join the government there, United Democratic Alliance, which is there. Now NDPP and BJP, they have a pre-poll seat agreement signed among themselves in which BJP is going to contest on 20 seats and 40 seats have been given to the NDPP. So now we'll have to see 20 and 40 seat agreement continues till the elections or not. Today, the Chief Minister of Nagaland is also arriving in Delhi. I think this would figure in their talks. And one factor which is disturbing is there is a ENPO organization, Eastern Naga People's Organization. They have been demanding for a separate state to be called as Frontier Nagaland from the year 2010. They have been demanding. But now just before the elections, they announced that if they are not given what they are demanding, the separate state, they will boycott the elections. If they boycott elections or not, the time will tell because the hectic parleys are going on between the center and the ENPO representatives. They have said these ENPO, they have 20 MLAs in 6 districts, 20 seats they control. So in that scenario, if this is not resolved before the election, so the scene could be different.
So the issue would be voter participation will not quite be there. What about law and order? How do you see the center's deployment and the state's deployment ensuring that not only is there a disagreement, but it does not erupt into violence?
Well, the thing is, there has been tremendous improvement in terms of law and enforcement in the entire region. That is why the Election Commission is holding all the 3 states election in one single phase. So there's no apprehension of any violence or this thing because we have peace dialogue in place with the Naga underground. So you don't expect any violence from them. Only thing is, like, if people boycott the election or not, that is a very local issue. Well, the state government has also said whether elections, their demand should not hamper the election process. So I think the Chief Minister must have said it keeping in mind the law enforcement agencies in place,
So you had the comments from the Chief Election Commissioner, Shri Rajiv Kumar, regarding the elections in all three states. And clearly they're seeking to achieve synergy if it's being held at the very same time, at least in one phase.
Yeah.
So, 27th of Feb is for Nagaland and Meghalaya. What about Meghalaya? Again, 60 seats. How do you see the situation in Meghalaya, and how do you see the parties strategizing their moves? Because there are parleys in Nagaland. In Tripura, you have the national government already in power there. There is double engine growth, as the Prime Minister has put it. What about Meghalaya?
Well, Meghalaya has a little different situation in terms of political parties there. See, right now the alliance which is working there is headed by NPP. BJP is part of it. But now elections, this alliance was also formed. It was a post-election alliance. So this time also the leader party, NPP, is contesting on its own in 58 seats. So far, they have announced 58 seats. They are contesting on 58 seats. But last time, I'll tell you the present scenario of the assembly, you will understand. As of today, NPP has 20 seats. UDP, United Democratic Party, has 8 seats. PDF, People's Democratic Party, has 2 seats. BJP has 2 seats. Independent are 2. TMC, 9. And 4 seats are vacant because people have just resigned from the assembly to join the other parties and all that. So we have NPP as a leader party there. As I said, 58 candidates have been announced. Last week only 2 of the TMC's MLAs walked over to NPP. BJP got 2 NPP MLAs from NPP, from its ally partner, and 1 independent has also joined BJP. So the Congress is in very bad condition in Meghalaya because, see, the thing is, it had 17 seats. 12 of them walked over to TMC. And 5 which were suspended by Congress for supporting NPP, out of which 2 have joined already NPP. So Mukul Sangma has played a very big gamble by joining hands with TMC. Because, see, the thing is, Meghalaya is a tribal state. And people of Meghalaya, they look at TMC as a West Bengal based party. So when it comes to the tribal, I don't think this will go very well with the tribals in the coming election.
So ethnicity is a very important factor when it comes to the northeastern states, including Meghalaya.
Yes.
What are the voters actually saying?
I have not followed that figure, but as far as I understand, the BJP is sure shot. Then in the tribal areas, this Tripura Motha can make a dent. But at the same time, Tripura Motha, because they left Congress, and the Congress is nowhere in the picture. Only 1 MLA they have at the moment. I don't think they would join hands with them because they won't gain anything. If at all post-scenario is concerned, if this Tripura Motha gets some numbers, they would definitely like to join the ruling party, which is going to be BJP. Now, Meghalaya, the contest is going to be between TMC and NPP. And BJP, third force, would definitely go with NPP.
So the options are there with the Bharatiya Janata Party to either come to power directly or forge strategic alliances and still remain in power.
Yes, like in the past.
Thank you, Mr. Diwan, for being with us on this program and talking to us extensively about how the assembly elections are going to take place in Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura. The votes will then take place in the month of February, 16th and the 27th. Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on assembly elections in Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura. The participants were Deepal Diwan, political analyst, and Arjun J. Chaudhary, AIR correspondent. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. The program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may email your opinion about the program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.